Mm, 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 mm. I am so sorry that I am tardy for the party. I am so sorry that I am tardy for our party, our Tuesday takeover. It's been a while since we've done a Tuesday takeover, but we are back in the studio. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Your number one source for pop culture news in music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. If you're new to Tuesday Takeover, it's where we cover a variety of pop culture news, including reality TV and reality TV news. So after the live, shout out to our King's Guards. They will be putting together our timestamps for those that want to skip to certain parts. But trust and believe, it's a great show from beginning to end. So like the video. It's an easy and free way of supporting not just my channel, but your channel as well. And other channels will start to show up on your algorithm. Shout out to our King's Guards that are already in the building. Shout out to our members of the channel. Shout out to our subscribers of the channel. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on anything. We already have almost 200 people here. We appreciate your patience. Don't forget to like the video. Easy, free, and helps. Just saying. Shout out to everyone watching on TikTok, Twitch, Twitter, and those of you that are watching on Facebook. We appreciate you guys as well. All right. You know what we like to do? We got to get into a countdown to get the notification squads out, and then we're going to start off with some good news. And I have to say, this week, we have a lot of good news. At least I think it's good news. We'll see.
Baby, baby, won't you listen to me? I got that flavor. I know you're dying to feed. I ain't no dancer, just got some hip in my feet. Now throw your hands up. Ooh, you bring the lighter. I got the fuse. You make a fire. I'll add the fuel. Follow my lead. Just watch your shoes. Gotta turn the heat up to get this cool.
Welcome back to the Kempire channel, your number one source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. This is our Tuesday takeover where we cover a variety of reality TV news, and pop culture news. As you can tell from our thumbnail alone, it's a lot of pop culture news, but it's been, what, 3 weeks since we've had a Tuesday takeover, but it's back. It's back, and after the live, we will be posting the timestamps for those of you that just want to go to certain particular parts that you want to watch. But like I said, I think it's worth watching from beginning to end. All right, with Tuesday Takeover, we like to start off with some good news. So let's start off with some good news. First off, oh my gosh, where do I begin? First of all, Halle, Bailey, girl, when you are in London, you need to tell me. So I could have met up. I was literally in London for the London premiere of the Little Mermaid, which comes out this week. I was like, girl, we could have been hanging out. We could have been. No, she was very busy. I don't want to be one of those friends. Okay. She was very busy. There's no way she could have made time for me. I'm the same way. Like, I'm working. Look, don't expect me to hang out. I'm busy. She looks great here. This dress was gorgeous. And I'm excited for the Little Mermaid. The Little Mermaid. It's such a classic. And I'm excited to see. I already heard her rendition. She sang a special performance. Apparently this was recorded, this performance, like early morning, when the park was closed at Walt Disney World, and she sang the hell out of that song. She has a beautiful voice. And apparently, not only will we be celebrating Halle Bailey in The Little Mermaid, we're going to be celebrating Halle Bailey in The Color Purple. So The Color Purple dropped their trailer for their movie, the big movie. It's going to be like the musical version of what we grew up with. The Color Purple is my favorite movie of all time. It's one of the movies that I've watched over and over again. It is an injustice that Whoopi Goldberg did not win the Oscar for this role. It's an injustice that this movie, nominated for, I believe, 12 Oscars and won nothing back in 1980 something. Okay. Well, you may have seen or heard that Fantasia is going to be reprising her role, because remember she was in the Broadway version of The Color Purple. Well, she is the star of this new movie version of the musical, okay, which is produced by Oprah Winfrey, Steven Spielberg, who originally directed the original movie, Quincy Jones, who was an original producer as well. So I'm excited for this because, first of all, just the trailer alone, where are my pictures? The trailer alone, I'm excited for this moment for Fantasia because she's an incredible performer. She doesn't get enough credit as an actress, and I think this is an amazing opportunity for her. I cannot wait to see this all together. Sidebar, can I tell you guys a story? So I'm minding my business yesterday in New York. You know where I live. I'm minding my business. I'm going to the gym because I do my Pilates. I was going to do my Pilates, and I see these two, big trucks, like the SUVs. And usually when you see that and you see like some security coming out, I'm like, oh God, who's famous here? Do I really want to see them? Just saying. And then I see a woman come out, and it was Taraji P. Henson. It was Taraji P. Henson. So Taraji is also in this movie, The Color Purple. She looked amazing. She looked great. I didn't say hello. But it's New York. New Yorkers don't do that. We see famous people all the time. We're not one of those like, oh my God. If it was Oprah, I don't know. I probably would say hello. I mean, we did do an interview. That'd be rude. Don't you think? Anyways, Oprah's producing this as well. She's not in it, but you remember, Oprah has always said that The Color Purple changed her life. She read the book. She was so excited for it. She couldn't wait for it to be a movie. She tells you the story about this. Google Schmoogle the story about it. It's an incredible story about manifestation on how she got her role as Sophia in The Color Purple. It's still one of my favorite movies of all time. I don't think this musical version will surpass that in my heart, but based off the trailer, I was like, this looks great. And also it's going to add all of the updated movie magic, okay, that I'm excited to see. All right? I'm excited to see this. And I'm excited to see Fantasia finally come into all of her glory. You know what I mean? So congratulations to Halle Bailey. Her movie, The Little Mermaid, comes out this week. And then she also will be playing Nettie, the young, Celie's sister, in The Color Purple. So she's getting her acting chops going, like her major movie acting chops. So congratulations to Halle Bailey. She's on the promo trail right now for The Little Mermaid. Please let me know. Drop your Little Mermaid. Do we have Little Mermaid? Do we have mermaid emojis? Drop your mermaid emojis in the chat if you're excited to see The Little Mermaid. I'm excited to see. You remember I went to Denmark back in during the holidays. So I went to, this is where the book was written. This is where it was inspired. And then they have that little mermaid statue that's really, you go to see it and you're like, okay, anything else? Like anything else to see? Nope. So I'm excited for all of the ladies that have things coming up. All right. April says, same. I teared up during the trailer was really good. The trailer was really, really good. I have to give it to them. I was like, whoa. As soon as I saw it, I was like, this is it. This is it. So congratulations to everyone involved. The Color Purple movie will be coming out on Christmas Day. And I like to be away during Christmas. I need to make sure that wherever I am, they're also serving The Color Purple in one of their theaters. Just saying. All right. So that was a little good news. All right. A little good news. I have some more though, I think. At first I wrote this down that Ariana Madix had moved out. But then I heard that no, this was all a promo for some sort of sponsor that she was doing. So she has not moved out of that home that she shared with that man, Sandoval. Anyone else starting to look at Ariana a little differently? I don't know. I don't know. Like, I feel bad for her still, but I'm just looking at Ariana like, all right, girl. Congratulations on all the things that are coming your way. Oh, Justin says, I will forget about it twice by Christmas, but still watch it. You know what, Justin, we will remind you. Please understand, we will definitely remind all of you when this is in theaters. Okay. Okay. All right. Anyways, guys, if you haven't liked the video already, be sure to like the video. This is our weekly Tuesday takeover where we cover a variety of pop culture news and reality TV news. Jenna says, I don't know about these people. Jamita, happy early birthday. She says, popping in for a minute. Gemini from Fayetteville. You guys will correct me. Love you, Kempire. Thank you so much. You guys do go hard for me. Shout out to all of you. I appreciate how hard you guys go for me in these social media streets. Okay. Vanessa says Ariana is gray. You mean beige? Remember when someone was not so interesting? She was like beige. Okay. It's all right, Ariana. You have your moment, girl. Have your moment. It's not your fault he cheated. Anyone else over Scandival? I'm kind of looking forward to the reunion being done, and then we could be just like, eh. You know, we will be recapping part 1 of the reunion this Thursday, and I will be on Grace Report's channel 2:30 p.m. Eastern recapping it with her. So stay tuned for that on Tuesday. Not Tuesday, on Thursday. Today's Tuesday. All right. So we talked about The Color Purple. We talked about The Little Mermaid. Let's talk about Beyonce. So, you know, while I was away, and I'm like, damn it, I really should have plotted and planned to go see Beyonce while she was in Europe. She's going to be in Europe, touring Europe all summer. All right. And a lot of people, you know, we haven't been together so we can talk about Beyonce because a lot of things happened. Last time we talked about Beyonce, we were talking about her fighting the IRS. Well, since then, she's launched her tour, and there have been, I don't want to say mixed, because I feel like people that love Beyonce love what they've been seeing, the clips from this tour. So, you know, her Renaissance World Tour is underway. She's in Europe right now. And people are noticing, because you remember when we were talking about her Dubai performance, we said there was a rumor, a reporter said, and then deleted, that she had foot surgery. And people are saying noticeably from her live shows, she's not dancing as hard. But here's the thing with Beyonce, that's unlike some of our pop stars that aren't the biggest vocalists, or, you know what I mean? We're not going to name any names. You know who I'm talking about. Beyonce's not just a dancer. Homegirl can sing her face off. So even if Homegirl was sitting in a chair, Beyonce's going to kill it. But she's not even just sitting in a chair. Beyonce is doing some moves and stuff like that. She's gotten the girls from the ballroom, like literal girls from the ballroom, touring with her. She even has Vanessa Bryant's daughter as an intern. What else she have? She's got new costumes. She's got new costumes. She's looking great. She's giving us... Here's the thing, and I said this to a friend, but I'll say to you guys like no one's watching. I would love to go see Beyonce in concert, but I also want to sit and watch Beyonce do all the things. But y'all be doing the most at these Beyonce concerts. I already see in Europe, everyone with the costumes, which I can appreciate. Everyone with the costumes, everyone's doing the choreo in the middle of the aisle. I just want to go see Beyonce do the choreo. I don't need to see you doing all of this next to me. So this is part of the reason why I'm hesitant to go to a Beyonce show. Yes, and the Les twins are there too. I like to see that because it's like classic Beyonce from like back in the day. She, you know, it's nice to see them touring with her again. So they're there as well. I just don't need y'all doing all this next to me. Can I enjoy Beyonce and just be like, yes, Beyonce, instead of having y'all doing the whole choreo and I'm just like, should I be watching you or Beyonce? Oh, B said, oh, damn, B. Okay, some people feel this way. B says, nah, Kempire, I need a performance from Beyonce for me to purchase a ticket. Her singing ain't enough for me. Well, here's the thing. She is still performing, though. Amy says stop Kempire because that's going to be me, which is fine. This is why I'm not going. You guys go and have a great time. You go and have a great time. Let me know how it is. Maybe Beyonce will put out a DVD. Maybe. Look, y'all still waiting on the Lemonade DVD. Just saying. All right. And you all are still waiting on the Renaissance visuals. Oh. I keep hearing, oh, it's coming out then. It's coming out this week. I'll believe it when I see it. Exactly. She said the Beehive is going to turn up, which I can appreciate. This is why I can't go. This is why I can't go. But you guys are going to go for me. All right. So that's not the only thing that Beyonce has to celebrate. So apparently Beyonce bought the most expensive purchase in California history in real estate. And you know we love some real estate, right? So Beyonce bought this $200 million weekend home. So she's keeping her $100 million home that she has in California. And she bought I think it's in Malibu. Hold on, let me get my notes. TMZ reported on this first. So they reported this, that Jay-Z and Beyonce have just snagged one of the greatest architectural masterpieces in the country. All right. They said it's a 30,000 square foot home in the prime area of Malibu, and they paid a king's ransom. All right. Let's just take a quick look at what it looks like first. I mean, I wish they had better pictures because, you know, we love to look at real estate. Like, I want to be in all the rooms. But look, this is all we can see. All right. This is all we can see of Beyonce's new home. All right. So they said real estate sources tell TMZ the couple paid $200 million for the property, making it the most expensive home ever sold in the entire state of California, eclipsing the previous record of $177 million. It's also the second most expensive real estate deal in the country. The second. The top being $238 million for a New York City apartment. I knew it had to be New York. I just was looking at a video of a $250 million apartment here in New York City. And then I talked myself out of, oh yeah, that's what I want in the future. And I was like, Kempire, you really don't want a big space like that. I'm just saying, but I want those views. So they said they actually got an unbelievable deal. The home was quietly listed for a whopping $295 million. All right. The house, they got a $95 million discount, y'all. The house sits on an 8-acre bluff overlooking the Pacific Ocean in the Paradise Cove area, aka Billionaire's Row. It is also an architectural jewel designed by Tadao Ando, a Japanese master architect who is also designing the house Kanye West bought in Malibu. The house was owned and built by William Bell, one of the biggest art collectors in the world. It took Bell almost 15 years to build the all-concrete structure. Wait a second. Does Beyonce and Jay-Z know something that we don't know? Why are they buying a concrete structure? Is something going to happen and Beyonce and Jay-Z don't want to tell us? Look. All right. They said the home is the couple's second massive real estate purchase in the Los Angeles area that we know of. Back in 2017, they purchased a Bel Air mansion for $88 million and pumped millions more into the home to push it over the $100 million mark. Mega celebrity realtor Kurt Rappaport rep both the buyers and Kurt just took all the money. We contacted his office for comment. So far, no word back. Kurt just took all the money. He represented the buyer and the seller. That's a lot of money. Anybody in the real estate business, how much money did Kurt take home? A lot. Look, a lot. Hold on, let me take a sip. Guys, if you're just joining us, this is our Tuesday takeover. We're celebrating for Beyonce and Jay-Z. Congratulations. Ooh, BX Girl told me $12 million. Damn. So Kurt took home $12 million from this deal. A word on the street. Word on the street. They paid it in cash. So for those of you that were speculating when Beyonce was fighting this IRS bill, saying, "Oh, is money, is money tough for Beyonce?" I heard they paid cash, cash money. That's what I heard. That's the word on the street. Congratulations, Beyonce. Congratulations on the tour. I won't be seeing you, but everyone else will, and I will see all the footage on social media. Congratulations. I hear that her tour is going to be the biggest tour of 2023, or maybe the biggest tour in history. I can't imagine anyone else that deserves more. Shar says, Kurt made bank. He sure did. Good for him. Look, good for him. I bet he doesn't work for the agency. April says cash is king in real estate. It sure is, especially when you have it. All right. So I wanted to give you guys, when the whole news of Jamie Foxx, becoming ill on, while filming this movie came out, we didn't really have a lot of information. And then there was a lot of mixed information that came out about Jamie Foxx, and his poor daughter has had to field and dispel a lot of misinformation that's been going on out in these streets. Well, we have a little bit of an update because the last story that I saw while I was away that Corinne had to debunk was that it wasn't looking good for Jamie Foxx, and she had to come out and say, he's okay. He's actually not in the hospital anymore. He's at home and recovering. Well, according to TMZ, they said Jamie Foxx is still on the mend, getting around the clock treatment at a facility in Chicago while his family continues to stay by his side. They say Foxx's daughter Corinne and his close friend Dave Brown were among Jamie's visitors over the weekend. Both looked serious and seemingly showed up to the facility for their time with Jamie. They probably look serious because all the paparazzi's out there. TMZ broke the story, as you know, that Jamie Foxx was transferred to the rehab facility in Chicago earlier this month after he was first hospitalized in Atlanta. It's not entirely clear what sort of treatment Jamie's getting in Chicago, but we know that the facility offers services to people who are recovering from strokes, spinal injuries, and even cancer treatment. There's no indication Foxx has cancer. Remember, it was early April when Corinne announced that Jamie had suffered a medical complication while he was working in Atlanta. We haven't seen any photos or video of Jamie since he was admitted, but things were serious enough for him to miss the tapings for a new season of Beat Shazam. His friend Nick Cannon was tapped to take over those hosting responsibilities. So that's the update that we have so far. Look, just keep Jamie Foxx in prayer. I'm just happy that the news that had broke, that Corinne had to dispel, was not true, that he was like on his last leg. I wish him well. He's such an incredible, talented man. I wish him well, and I hope that we allow him the time and the space to get his life together and his healing together. CC said Kempire should have seen Beyonce in a Scandinavian country to get a quiet show. Did you see the video footage? No, there's no quiet show anywhere. No, not even in Scandinavia. They are all turning out with their cowboy hats and sequins and all kinds of things. So no, not even there. Okay, it's all right. You Beyonce fans, go have a good time. Turn up, do all the choreo. I will watch from home on Twitter. That's how I will see it. Look, that's the same reason why I don't go to back in the day, I didn't go to like those boy band concerts and things like that, because I was like, I can't deal with those screaming girls and da-da-da. Oh my God! But that's your right. And it's my right not to go either. Selena says 200 million, better have a mall, hair salon, car wash, grocery store. How you know they don't? I mean, I don't know. Anyway, so that was our update on Jamie Foxx. Let's get to some reality TV talk. That was some good news. That's some good news. So let's move on. Oh, Foxy says, we sweets are calm. Y'all didn't look calm in that video footage, Foxy. Were you in that video footage, Foxy? Shout out to our King's Guards. Oh wait, some other good news. Guys, I'm gonna ride this out till the wheels fall off. Some other good news. It was just last week that we were featured on Real Housewives of Atlanta. And in the same week, we were featured on Young, Famous, and African. And tomorrow, I think we're going to do our first part. So maybe like the first 3 or 4 episodes of Young, Famous, and African, because you know I like to watch these things twice. We're going to talk about those first 3 or 4 episodes of Young, Famous, and African. So make sure if you want to be here for that, your notifications are on, you're following me on Twitter, all of those things. All right. So, yeah, so that's some other good news. Our community has been featured on some international platforms that can be seen in over 200 and something countries. Good for us. Now, I've been to an Adele concert. I feel like I could go to an Adele concert and sit and enjoy. I don't know for $700 to $1,000 in Vegas, but I might go see Adele. Is Adele playing during BravoCon? Maybe I'll schedule it around that time. I need to Google schmoogle and figure that out. Because I'd really like to see Adele again. I saw Adele right before she really hit big and she started doing like the big arena tours and stuff like that. So yeah. All right. All right. So we did that. Let's move on. So, you know, our Tuesday Takeover, we mix in a variety of reality TV news, and pop culture news. I want to talk about 90 Day Fiancé because we've been missing out on 90 Day Fiancé for the last 3 weeks. And a lot has happened on 90 Day Fiancé the other way. And I promise you, I am going to get into 90 Day Fiancé Love in Paradise or something like that. I am going to get into it. I've added it to my to-do list. So maybe next week we will start talking about those episodes. I believe like there's 8 episodes already. This is why you guys, Kempire, you should host the tell-all. You should host the reunion. After watching this tell-all for 90 Day Fiancé the other way, I was like, this is why I can't. Because the way they allowed these stories to play out and no one gave them any pushback, where we're looking, the people that we knew were villains the entire season are looking like innocent angels during this tell-all. I was like, this is why they hired our good girl, Sean. And look, Sean is very talented. She is a journalist, Portia. But she's also, okay, I'm going to speak my mind. She's a puppet for the producers. She's going to ask them what they want her to ask. Y'all know I don't roll like that. I'm going to sit there and ask these folks the truth. Why are we not talking about your bankruptcy, Nicole? I mean, Nicole. Who's Nicole? Danielle? Why are we not talking about your bankruptcy? We're busy talking about your husband's schlong, but we're not talking about your bankruptcy and how you didn't probably tell him about it. And Nicole, why is Nicole, that's Nicole who I was talking about. Nicole, why are we looking at you like you're so innocent and wonderful and amazing when you've been nothing but a Karen all season in the country of Egypt? Why don't we talk about that? This tell-all was not giving. Am I the only one? I feel like the tell-all was so just like, what are we doing here? And this Karen, look, this Karen, Debbie, she had the nerve to call Jamie a predator. Well, some people might look at you as a predator, Debbie. I mean, Osama's worse, but come on. So, I know I missed a couple of episodes. I will say this because I don't even want to talk about every couple and what played out in those episodes before we got to the tell-all. I will say this, Debbie goes home. We knew that already because he clearly just wanted a visa. I was a little scared for Debbie, though. I was a little scared for Debbie. The best part of the season finale for 90 Day Fiancé the Other Way, and who's been the best part of this entire season, was Gabriel and Isabel. I love their love story. I hate that Gabriel's sister made that wedding about herself and did not show up. I hate that. But it was a beautiful wedding. It was a beautiful story. Gabriel shared so much, even during the tell-all. Gabriel shared so much in regards to his journey in transitioning and things like that. I mean, he was messy during the tell-all, but I felt as if he had a right. You know how sometimes these people have nerve talking about other people's relationship when your relationship is a mess? No, I felt like Gabriel had enough right to talk about everybody, because Gabriel and his woman are in a good place. They are married. They are in love. They miss each other. Gabriel's the only one that could talk about these people's relationships. Did I love all of his hot takes? No. Look, no. However, he was the only one that could talk. All right? Look, why am I laughing? So Debbie, her boots, look, she is a character. I mean, I love it when her son came out and ripped Osama a new one. But Debbie, I don't know. I don't know about that relationship. We knew this relationship was doomed from the go. Her outfit was interesting. Those cowboy boots were interesting. I like them, actually. Not for me, for her. All right. Again, Danielle, I don't understand how we have, I know there's another part to the reunion, but the preview, are we not going to address the elephant in the room? Danielle and her bankruptcy? Are we not going to talk about her bankruptcy at all? And how she probably did not tell Johan? I don't care about Johan and his private area. I have to say, Danielle's ex-boyfriend was actually really nice. Probably too nice for her. He seemed like a decent guy. Johan's a perfect guy for her. They deserve each other. But I don't think they're together anymore. She probably found a new boo or a new country to hide away from her debt, allegedly. I'm trying to understand why we're not talking about these elephants in the room and why the villains of the season are getting away with it during this tell-all. Am I the only one? Look, I'm so confused. Jen, if you don't get us, I'm tired of Jen. And that's a hard, she's 45 years old or 40 something. That's a hard 40 something. I'm sorry. I gotta say it. But I really do believe that Rishi is in love with her. But you heard what the astrologer said. The astrologer said, I gotta tell you this. You were doomed from the go with her. The relationship is never going to work out. Yet he's still trying to make it work out. And he can't tell his mama that he's engaged again to this woman. The mama's like, no, she's too old. And she's getting an attitude with the mom. This is their culture. She wants babies. But she's still playing these reindeer games with Rishi. I'm so tired of her storyline. Please do not bring her back. I don't care about their relationship. I really don't. She's just one of those. She's 48 still. That's a hard 48. Just saying. Moisturize, people. Moisturize. But I don't care about their relationship anymore. I mean, I felt for her on the finale when she basically was saying, we have to break up. It's not going to work. And I really do believe that they have feelings for each other. I just don't care anymore. It's like when the astrologer said you were doomed, it's never going to work out. I said, well, then that's it. Show over. But no, they're still trying to make it work because, as human beings, we're stubborn. Even though we know all the signs and symptoms are telling us this relationship is not going to work. What exactly did Danielle and Johan even address during the tell-all? His jealousy. She's not sure about how the relationship is going to work. I don't care. Nicole, Nicole and Mahmoud walks off the set during the tell all. She's coming across like she's not a big old Karen in Egypt. And then she's like, I'm going to wear what I want to wear. Okay. No one says that you cannot wear what you want to wear, but this is his culture. I hate the fact that they're trying to make it like it's just him. No, this is his culture. This is his religion. I'm not saying it's right, but you knew going in, marrying this man and converting. I'm not going to sit. See, Sean, this is what I needed you to do. You need to give Nicole some pushback. I'm like, Nicole, though, didn't you know what you were signing up for when you joined when you decided to convert? It's not like you just married this man. You decided to convert. But no, all the Karens are coming across like roses. But then again, it's America. And I'm not saying Mahmoud is innocent. I'm not saying he's innocent. But we got Nicole over here looking like, get out of my face with that. And then she wants to act all sweet with him on the phone when he's all upset. Come on, honey. And then she flips the script when she's on the set. They need a divorce ASAP. Let's move on from that. All right. LaMonica says Mahmoud believed that this was real, but she put that this was real. She put on for real. Okay. Let me say thank you. We had a couple of super chats, guys. We have over 1,000 people in the building for our Tuesday takeover, where we cover a variety of reality TV news, and pop culture news. Mama Ali, thank you so much for the super chat. Mama Ali says, you screaming like a tween at a boy concert should be one of your sound effects. No. I don't remember me screaming. Tina Bean, thank you so much for the super chat. Tina says, why was Nicole acting like a... Thank you. Why was Nicole acting like a battered housewife? Because you know what Karens do? And this is triggering. Very triggering. Oh my goodness. Like, she's so innocent. And this is where I needed Sean to step up and say, well, Nicole, why would you convert without doing some sort of research? Were you not aware of his religion and the requirements and life in Egypt? Why would you go back to Egypt after living there before, knowing how it was? Why did you go there thinking that you can change a country and their culture? Sean's just sitting there reading off the questions that the producers gave her. And I love me some Sean Robinson, but no, Sean, that's not what we need you here for. I feel like this is one of the worst tell-alls that they've had. Because I feel like there was no resolution. There was just like tomfoolery. Rashima, thank you so much for the super chat. Rashima says they were definitely softball questions, which I don't understand. I feel like if they had really went there, it would have been an interesting reunion for all of us. Sister on the Move on TikTok says no accountability. Exactly. I brand you beautiful. Vita says Karens are going to Karen. Unfortunately. All right, let me move on. Because there are more couples. Guys, we're talking about 90 Day Fiancé, the other way, tell all that happened. You know, we haven't talked about it in the last couple of weeks, so I just wanted to briefly talk about it this week. So we talked about some of the other couples, but I want to talk, first of all, congratulations to Gabriel and Isabel. They're the only ones that seem to be really in love and will survive all of this. But of course, Gabriel's sister will be on part 3, and we will see why exactly she decided not to go to the wedding, but she showed up for the reunion. Girl, if you don't get off this show, just saying. Sidebar. No, I'll get into a wedding because I do want to talk about the first 7 minutes of Teresa's wedding special that's coming on tonight. We're going to talk about it, but let's talk about this mess. Chris and Jamie, again, another situation where they're trying to make it seem like Jamie is an immigrant that was just out for money, that she was using Chris. Debbie had the nerve to call her a predator. No, I still stand by my thoughts on Chris. I feel like Chris is not 100%. I feel like she's a liar. We can tell from her body language, even her excuses in this reunion. She accused Jamie of cheating 3 times. And Jamie's like, no, I only cheated once. And even then, it wasn't cheating. If you go missing for weeks at a time, and we were dating, yet we haven't met yet. I don't think they had actually met at that point. It's not cheating. I'm weighing my other options because you went MIA for 3 weeks. I'm still team Jamie on this one. I feel bad for Jamie. I don't know, Jamie, you need to go figure out why exactly you were attracted to this type of person. But something's not right with Chris. She's a liar. There's always some sort of excuse. One minute, oh, my son got locked up. Another, I had to deal with some business. Oh, my motorcycle. Oh, I got to get my medication. And poor Jamie sitting there feeling gaslit this entire tell-all because Sean's just sitting there not asking the necessary questions. So Sean asked them, are you guys still married? And they both give like very vague answers. Sean, you're a journalist. You give a follow-up. Are you guys still legally married? Anyone else feel like this one says marriage? I'm single. Okay, are you legally divorced? That was like the mandatory next question because it was so vague. Are you both legally divorced? Or were they ever legally married? I wonder. Then there's that. Rashima, thank you so much for another super chat. Rashima says they really painted Jamie bad. Chris is a fraud. I agree. Like I feel like she's not the only one that was painted differently during this reunion. Osama, look, he deserved it. Look, we know Osama what he was there for. Poor Debbie. You know, Debbie was my favorite during the season just because she reminded me of Jennifer Coolidge. But after seeing her at the reunion, I'm just like, girl, shut up. Heather, I always love this name. Heather Dubrow's Leftover Sushi. Are you going to watch RHOC? Heather Dubrow's Leftover Sushi? I'm assuming so. We will be recapping it. She says, yeah, they hadn't even met yet, and she disappeared. Jamie was single, and Chris is a liar with a number of other issues. Yeah, but for some reason, they try to make it seem like Chris was so innocent. She's like, I was only missing for 5 days. Look, Jamie might be a lot of things. I don't think she's going to... How do we go from 5 days to 20 days? And I don't believe you, Chris, because there's always some sort of excuse. And Jamie says she had proof that you only paid the rent once. She was like, well, you decided to move into an apartment that we didn't agree on. It was above our budget, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, oh, yeah, and I sent money via my mother. You have proof of that? I don't believe she did. She wants to paint Jamie because she's also one of those ignorant Americans that wants to paint immigrants like they're just out to get the green card to be here. So she wants to paint Jamie with that brush, and I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I'm going to paint Chris with the liar brush and some other brushes, too. We've talked about it if you missed our other Tuesday takeovers. Okay? All right. All right. Was there any other couple that I wanted to talk about from this reunion? No, because I was so annoyed with this reunion. I just felt like there could have been so much more said and done in this reunion that they just did not cover. And they just did not give any pushback. I'm mad at you. We were rooting for you, Sean. We're rooting for you. You know what we're also rooting for? Rose Forever. Rose Forever is a proud sponsor of the channel this month. Don't forget, you can get $25 off with the discount code Kempire25 for any of your purchases at roseforever.com. More information is available in the description of the video. And you see my Rose Forever roses back there, still looking glorious. You know how long I've had those back there at this point. All right. Still looking beautiful. All right. And I still have my roses from Valentine's Day. I keep saying I need to bring that back into the studio so you guys can see and know that I'm not lying. All right. I'm not lying. I'm not a liar. I'm a Taurus. We don't lie. But yes, you can use the discount code Kempire25 for $25 off of your order. It's still summer, spring, fall. Get your roses. All right. All right. All right. Since we're talking about Rose Forever, I don't know if I noticed in the trailer for Teresa's wedding special, I noticed that there was some Forever roses or Rose Forever. I don't know. They look like there were Rose Forever roses. I'm not sure in the wedding special. So Bravo dropped the first 7 minutes of Teresa's wedding special. I told you guys, I don't know if I'm going to recap it. I might recap it because it really is just an extension of the Real Housewives of New Jersey. I kind of wish they had kept it separate from the Real Housewives of New Jersey so you guys could see that Teresa does not pull numbers. But we're going to watch it. We're not going to watch it together. I'm not doing a live watch party tonight. So if you're looking for that, nope, I'm not. I'm going to watch it when I can. I don't know if I'll be able to watch it tonight. That's why I'm saying that. But yeah, so they dropped the first 7 minutes. And Louie is still creepy. At one point, he talks about, yeah, I have my little things that, that I could work on, that, my little flaws, like that, like when I pee sitting. Why does he mention these things? I mean, he's not the only guy that I know that pee sitting, but I was just like, why is that the thing that comes out? No, there are other weird characteristics about you, about like, that I sleep in your father's pajamas to make your nieces feel safe and loving, like those things. So he's weird. Like, we're gonna see their love affair. How it came to. It's only one episode, and they do talk about in the first 7 minutes about how Melissa and Joe are not going to be at the wedding. She tells her daughters about it. She's like, "Did they text you? Did he call you? Blah blah blah." You're like, "No, Dolores told me that they weren't coming to the wedding." I don't know, y'all. Y'all keep saying that Melissa and Joe need Teresa for a storyline. Just saying, it feels like they need each other. Okay. Some of you saying that you're not watching. Let me know, guys, in the live chat. Are you going to be watching tonight the wedding special? Teresa gets married. They really should just add it again. I mean, this is the first time she's gotten married on the show, but just saying. I don't know. I think more so people are going to be watching because of the other housewives that are going to be on this show. There are going to be a lot of other housewives that would be there on it. I'm not really that interested. You guys will let me know if I should even do a recap of it. I don't know. Guys, we're almost at 500 likes. We have over 1,100 people in the building. Liking the video is an easy and free way of supporting the channel. Don't forget to subscribe to the Kempire Radio YouTube channel so you can see a visual version of our podcast, Kempire Radio. Don't forget to subscribe to the Kempire Radio podcast as well. I will be releasing my London trip podcast special soon. I just have to really sit down and first of all, I need to gather all my notes on all the things I want to talk about for those 2 weeks that I was away. So stay tuned for that, but I'll also be talking about some hot topics and things like that as well. So stay tuned. Rashima, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, y'all leave Louie alone. Can he leave us alone? Can he leave Teresa alone? Just saying. I did see that Caroline Manzo, because there's all this speculation talking about at the reunion, Teresa says to the reunion that Joe was the one or involved in turning her and Joe Giudice into the feds. And then Caroline Manzo did that Page 6 live show, and she basically says she wasn't the one who did it, but she knows who did. And basically she was in the room when it happened. So people have been speculating that Joe Gorga may have been involved in sending his sister to the slammer or camp. Here's the thing, though. I think people are so caught up because, remember, Teresa has blamed everybody under the sun for sending her to camp besides herself or her husband, her ex-husband. We are so caught up in who sent who to prison that we've forgotten what Teresa has done. And why? Remember, Teressa originally was only going to get probation, but because they were still lying to the judge, y'all forgot about this. I had to remind myself this the other day. Remember, she was only going to get probation, but because they kept on giving the judge misinformation in regards to their finances and things like that, the judge gave her prison time because of that. So y'all can sit up and be mad at if Joe was the one who turned his sister into the feds. Y'all losing sight as this person went to prison for a reason. Well, apparently she brings it up at the reunion and she says it was Joe who was involved. Then she turns to Dolores. She was like, tell Carolyn Manzo that I'm sorry. I can't with these people anymore. And since the last time we were together, we had mentioned that New Jersey will not start filming in June. They will apparently be, they will start filming probably in the fall. They need to take their time. And when Andy Cohen was asked about Teressa or Melissa coming back, he says, oh, well, we're figuring that out right now. So it's not 100% whether or not Melissa is coming back because Teressa says, I'm not going anywhere. That's my show. That's my show. Oh, goodness. Since we're talking about the Real Housewives, we got to talk about those ratings. Oh, damn. Oh, my goodness. Oh, the ratings for, hold on, y'all. The ratings for Real Housewives of Atlanta came out right before the live. So, normally during our Tuesday Takeover, if the ratings are available, we usually talk about them. I do want to talk about, shout out to our friends over at TV Deets. They posted the ratings for some of our Sunday night watching. So I just want to talk a little bit about that. But before we get to that, let's talk about Carlos King's show, Love and Marriage Huntsville, because he loves to talk about Bravo shows. Look, I always said he has every right to talk about it. He used to produce for it. But, recently I saw a clip where Carlos King was talking about what he feels is going wrong on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And he was talking about there's too many fake storylines. And here's the thing. I'm not disagreeing with Carlos. But Carlos, you need to worry about your own yard instead of worrying about what's going on at Real Housewives of Atlanta, because their ratings are, although dropping, your ratings are not much better. So Love and Marriage Huntsville, even though I thought this was a decent episode, their rating, their demo was 0.06 in the demo of 18 to 49, which is a prime demo for these shows, with live viewership of 321,000 viewers. All right. So that was for Love and Marriage Huntsville. So apparently Sheree did not bring the boys to the yard to watch this show. All right. Real Housewives of Atlanta's Sunday night episode, their demo dropped. This is their season low demo, according to our friends over at TV Deets. For episode 3, they had a 0.21 demo. All right. And live viewership, they had 765,000 viewers. Not bad, not terrible, still better than Love and Marriage Huntsville. Just saying. And our friends over at Summer House Martha's Vineyard, their show is still doing decent. Still doing decent. However, they did experience a season low in their demo with a 0.10 and live viewers of 361,000 viewers. We're liking Summer House Martha's Vineyard. If you guys have not watched it or watched our recap, be sure to check that out. We did a separate recap yesterday. We also did our Real Housewives of Atlanta recap as well. Let me see what you guys are saying here. Davina says, I used to like Carlos, but he's working my nerve with the RHOA hate as if his show don't have a whole petition circulating. But here's the thing. And like I said, I agreed with what Carlos was saying in regards to the dynamics that we're seeing play out. And I don't know what the producers were thinking with these fake storylines. However, Carlos, you have a whole, if his show is thriving and doing well, and it kind of is, because now he has another part of his franchise expanding to Detroit, and maybe that will save it. But I was like, you have a whole situation over here where people fake in phony storylines. You need to worry about that. The Martell and the Sheree situation. You have nerve to talk about Kenya and her storyline, and you concocted this whole Martell and Sheree debauchery that no one cares about. Shireen from London. Shireen says, laughing out loud, Carlos stays in Bravo's business. Love Marriage Huntsville is shocking at the moment. Martell is disgusting, plotting against your ex. Well, here's the thing. That's not even playing out on the show. That's all playing out on social media. Dante says, I was watching basketball on Sunday. So is that what's affecting the ratings? Look, Lou, you know. Look. Green Girl says, live views don't have as much weight with a lot of people streaming and DVRing. Yeah, and look, we also have to keep that in mind as well. A lot of people are now watching these shows the next day on Peacock. So keep in mind, Bravo takes all of that into account. And also, when you look at the engagement and what's trending all over the weekend, RHOA still trends. And a lot of the ladies still trend from RHOA, so they're still doing very well. But I do agree that we got to figure out these storylines that's happening for Real Housewives of Atlanta. I know it's only 3 episodes in, but I'm still like, where are we going? What are we doing? Okay. Exactly. Erica says, what happened to Love and Marriage DC? It just stopped. Is it coming back? It is coming back. Apparently they have 10 more episodes. I don't know why they abruptly just took a little hiatus while they were doing it. I don't know why they did that, but you know they're big for doing that with this Love and Marriage franchise, which they end up having like 5 seasons in a year. And we're like, can y'all just give us a season and then give us a break, please? Anyways. So those are the ratings that I wanted to talk about. So congratulations to Summer House Martha's Vineyard, because I feel like they're still doing decently and they're still averaging, okay? Pretty well. All right. Moving on from there. What else did I want to talk about today? All right. We talked about Jamie Foxx. We talked about Beyonce. All right. Let's talk about Jonathan Majors. Oh, God. Let's talk about Jonathan Majors. My goodness. It's been a while since we talked about Jonathan Majors. It's been probably not long enough for me. So Jonathan Majors, while I was away, the news broke that he is dating Meagan Good. You know, we've been covering this Jonathan Majors story for several weeks now. And while I was away, he went to court. And this is what happened in court. Let me just remind you what happened in court. Okay. So according to our friends over at The Hollywood Reporter, they said Jonathan Majors appeared virtually in a New York criminal court back on, when was this, May 9th, for a status conference in connection with the charges that he's facing from the New York City District Attorney. And apparently they introduced new details in the complaint, which the actor's attorney alleged was a part of a, quote, witch hunt against Majors. The Marvel actor was arrested on March 25th, as you know, in New York, after police responded to a 911 call in Chelsea. As you know, as the story came out, what's her name? Priya Chaudhry, who also represented Jen Shaw. Apparently, first of all, he's been dropped by his management company. This is a Marvel superstar, and he has more big projects in the works that are happening. To be dropped by his publicity and his management says to a lot of us that, what do they know that we do not know? What have they seen that we have not seen? Well, those text messages that Priya felt as if would clear his name, a lot of people are like, well, she sounds like an abused woman in these text messages. And apparently this woman that had these allegations against him, who was now recanting them, was his girlfriend. And it came out because, look, we got to talk about it, because this is, I think, is a critical part of the story. A lot of the Black audience, when they found out that this woman was white, they were like, oh. So a lot of people are now saying that this relationship with Meagan Good is damage control. Here's the thing. So word on the street, they were photographed recently. Oh, let me see. Do I have the picture here? Yeah, I do. So they were photographed recently, holding hands, shopping, and doing all this thing. Putting all this aside, if it's a publicity stunt, if you are in the middle, first of all, you have all these projects coming up, but you also have these charges that you're facing. Do you say, you know what, I'm going to start a new relationship? So this is part of the reason why a lot of people believe that this relationship is not real. Because literally, he was in a relationship allegedly with this other woman that had the accusations against him. So no one believes this relationship with Meagan Good. And a lot of people are like, why would Meagan Good even associate herself with the situation? Because he has the potential to be a huge box office star. Yes, she has a big career, but this could elevate her career as well. But at the same time, again, if you are in the middle of this situation, criminal case, they're saying that Megan's been there for him to hold his hand through all of this. Are you really dating? Are you really trying to start a new relationship if you're dealing with a legal situation? Literally, this is not like it happened several months ago. This happened, a month ago? And you just were in court a couple of weeks ago, and then you have to go to court again on June 13th. He has to show up in court. So no one's believing this relationship. And they believe that it's very strategic. They believe they wanted him to be dating a black woman to get black people on his side. Remember, his publicity has dropped him. His now publicity is Priya's husband, who is a crisis publicist. And the same person that released those text messages that have hurt the case, at least the case in public opinion. Jean says, hell, at this point, she should have stayed with the pastor. Megan, what are you doing, girl? Claire says, dating an alleged or known abuser is crazy AF. Look, you're innocent until proven guilty. However, again, I just say this. If you're in the middle of a challenging situation in your life, the last thing that you want to do is get into a relationship. It's one thing to be consoled behind the scenes and no, they're going out in public holding hands. It's feeling strategic. And honestly, when I saw this story break while I was away, I was like, I don't believe it. And then all of you were like, nope, I don't believe it either. Do you guys believe it? If you believe it, say yes in the chat. If you don't believe it, say no in the chat. I mean, look, he faces what? I think up to a year in prison if he's convicted. But here's the thing. Who cares about the prison? Well, no, we care about the prison. But his entire career will be over. All of what's coming up will be done. And you know, it's already hard enough for black actors. Let me say thank you. Rashima, thank you so much for the super chat. Rashima says, for another super chat, Rashima says, Martell and Sheree don't have any chemistry. No, none. They don't even want to kiss on camera. Hold on. Simone says, Kempire, have you seen all the YouTube mess going on about Love and Marriage Huntsville bloggers arguing with each other over this show and picking sides? Really? Really? I mean, look, to each their own, but you know what we always say over here. Be team you. Be team you. Anyways, guys, we have almost 1,200 people in the building for our Tuesday takeover. This is where we cover a variety of reality TV news, and pop culture news. We didn't have a lot of reality TV to recap, but I did want to remind you to watch Young, Famous, and African because we are going to be doing a separate recap talking about these episodes. Yes, we are featured on episode 2. However, I'm enjoying the season, but some of you are saying that you're not enjoying this season as much as you enjoyed season 1. I'm still watching. I will let you know my thoughts in our separate recap. But Young, Famous, and African is now available on Netflix. And Selling Sunset, also, their new season came out. I am so behind on Selling Sunset. I need to really do I need a 2 weeks off just to watch all of it. Because a lot of you are saying this is a good season. What else did I watch while I was away? Oh, Queen Charlotte. Come on now. Hold on, where's my first of all, Queen Charlotte, Shonda Rhimes is such an incredibly talented producer and writer. All right. I started watching Queen Charlotte. I'm not even done with it because I had started watching it while I was away. And it's because I randomly saw an interview with Shonda Rhimes talking about why she wanted to do Queen Charlotte. And we all fell in love with Queen Charlotte in Bridgerton. All right. However, I'm so glad that she decided to do this separate Bridgerton story with Queen. First of all, this actress is phenomenal. King George, oh my goodness. What is going on with him? You know, I had to Google schmoogle. I said, what's the history with King George? What is the history? But we all fell in love with Queen Charlotte on Bridgerton. And I have to say, Queen Charlotte is done superbly. The history, the costume, I love the way that they speak. I really love the way that they speak, but I love her energy as Queen Charlotte and just to see her story. Look, again, this is a fictitious version of the story with some elements of reality added to it, but it's done so well. The acting is done so well. The costumes, the pageantry of it all. I'm loving it. I'm not done with it, but phenomenal. And I have to say this, and this is no shade to our American actors, but some of our best actors are from England. The British acting, I'm sorry, I gotta tell the truth. Yeah. Some of the best. She says, I love we found out more about her butler too. Yes. We're getting so much from the show. It's done brilliantly. Some of us are saying that this is better than Bridgerton, Queen Charlotte. I mean, it doesn't hurt. Bridgerton is doing very well, but this was phenomenal. Yes. Hey, Miss Brooklyn. Miss Brooklyn says he is the Mad King. No one will know what it was, but could be manic depressive or schizophrenia. If you know the history around King George, then you know that this is what they're alluding to, because no one really knew what it was. But this is what they're alluding to during this new season of Queen Charlotte, that, you know, he was ill, mentally ill, physically ill. We're not sure. But I think this is the actresses that play Queen Charlotte are phenomenal. So that's one of the things that I'm watching right now. Scripted. Okay, Scripted. Shout out to all the writers. I know the writer strike is going on. We stand with the writers. But you know, the last time they had a writer strike, reality TV was lit. I'm sorry. So you haven't noticed it yet. However, reality TV is about to be in full swing because of this writer's strike. It's about to be in full swing. Stay tuned. So yeah, I'm watching Queen Charlotte. I'm not done with it because I got sidetracked starting Young, Famous, and African. I'm not finished with Young, Famous, and African, but before I finish it, I'm going to rewatch the first 3 or 4 episodes so we can recap it probably tomorrow. So stay tuned for our recap of Young, Famous, and African, and be ready to call in and share your thoughts. Okay? All right. Ruth Ann says, I stand with the writers. Me too. But like I said, reality is about to be, I'm just saying. I feel like the universe always brings balance where it needs it. And the writers give them their money. However, I feel like this writer strike is going to save reality TV. Because reality TV, although I know some of you were like, oh no, reality TV is okay. No, the ratings for reality TV have been going down. A lot of people are looking for those escape moments in these shows like Queen Charlotte or Beef. You know, I talked about Beef on Netflix. So good. So good. And then our show, And Just Like That, is coming back in June. It's coming back in June, And Just Like That on HBO. Well, now it's not even HBO anymore, you guys. It's called Max. Since we're talking about new shows, let's talk about some of the other new shows that were announced while we were away, including, oh my goodness. You guys know, at first they were going to call this RHONY Presents Luanne and Sonja Welcome to Crappy Lake. But apparently they're leaning away from the RHONY connection. And this is coming, what I think like July 9th is this new spinoff that's coming with Luanne and Sonja. And they dropped the trailer on Monday. And I have to say, the ladies, they've always been entertaining. I feel like they waited too long to do a show like this. They should have done a show like this a long time ago with like Luanne and Sonja. But I'm glad that they're doing it. And it looks good. It looks good. It looks entertaining. The way it looks entertaining, it looks like they filmed it very differently. So if you're expecting to see like Real Housewives of New York, no, it's filmed very differently. And some people are saying they're comparing it to The Simple Life. I don't know about that, but it looks like it's going to be a lighthearted show. But it's coming on Sunday nights. And I'm thinking the reason behind this is to bring in the RHONY fans that normally would watch the RHONY legacy folks. So I think that's part of the reason why they want to and because we are getting RHONY the reboot, that is a very different cast. It's not so white driven. It's more like we're getting a variety of different minorities in this cast. So I think that's part of the reason why they're putting on our Black night, Black Sunday nights. So I think that's part of the reason what they're doing, and part of the reason why they're doing that is also connecting, trying to bring in the RHONY fans that would watch Sonja and Luanne. They're going to bring in more people to watch RHONY, the new RHONY reboot. Speaking of which, they dropped a trailer while I was away for the RHONY reboot. All right. Do I have a picture of the cast? I thought I had a picture of the cast. Do I not? I guess I do not. I thought I had a picture of the cast. Oh, I do. Hold on. Thought I had a picture of the cast. There we go. It's a live show, y'all. So this is the new cast. Look, I know the RHONY fans are really hard on these folks. All right, they're looking for the RHONY legacy folks. We'll talk about them in a second. But I'm gonna give these ladies a shot. I watched the trailer a couple of times. I have to say, look, not all the trailers are great. I didn't feel like this was the best trailer, but I'm still willing to give these ladies a shot. Because it's a different... New York is not what New York was when RHONY started originally. So it will be nice to see... First of all, a lot of people always criticize RHONY for not being representative of New York. But also New York is very different nowadays than it was back then, even with diversity. All right? So I'm excited to see these ladies cut up. I'm ready to love and hate each of them. We'll see. We shall see. We shall see what they will bring. The trailer didn't hit the way I wanted it to hit, but they are pulling out all the stops for this show, which they should, because you cannot have this franchise, Real Housewives franchise, without RHONY. You can't. But since we're talking about RHONY, let's talk about Ultimate Girls Trip. So they were supposed to do a RHONY legacy. When they announced the RHONY reboot, they said they were also going to do a legacy show just so that they could justify splitting this up and getting rid of all the ladies. How do you guys feel about Ramona being back? So Jill Zarin, allegedly, she was the reason why contract talks fell through. She wanted more money. So they decided to just turn it into an Ultimate Girls Trip. They're going to St. Bart's. Anyone notice when they announced it though? Because normally this is only 5 ladies. Normally they have like 8 ladies for Ultimate Girls Trip. But if you notice at the announcement, there's 2 apples falling. Anyone else notice that? I saw this conspiracy theory and I said, wait a minute, you're right. Who do you think those 2 apples possibly could be? Who do you want it to be? It's not going to be Bethany. Bethany's not going to do it. I mean, if Bethany does it, then please understand they paid her a lot. Please understand they paid her a lot. I mean, I think that would be like the bomb if Bethany was to return. But I find it so interesting that so many fans did not want Ramona to return, but because everything fell through, all of a sudden, I guess Bravo and Peacock felt like we forgot. And now Ramona's back. Ramona's the reason why they're doing the reboot. Let's be honest. Those ratings weren't that bad. Look, they've had worse ratings before with other cities. So I find that to be interesting. Rashima, thank you so much for another super chat. She says, OMG, I love Queen Charlotte on Netflix. Me too. Candace, thank you so much for the super chat. Candace says, the king in Hamilton is the same King George from Queen Charlotte. Really? You know, I meant to see Hamilton when I was in London, but look, there's just not enough time to do everything you want to do. I did see 3 shows though while I was there. Lady D, thank you so much for the super chat. Lady D says, please recap Queen Charlotte and not Teresa's Chester Louie. I mean, it's so hard to recap some of these scripted shows, especially these Netflix shows that come out with like so many episodes at once. It's so hard to do that and make time for it. This is part of the reason why we started doing like a Tuesday takeover where we cover a variety of just everything that we can't possibly cover on it. Like there's only 7 days in a week. Just saying. Mama Allie, thank you so much for another super chat. Oh, wait, hold on. There we go. She says, scientists say King George III had had modern day early dementia. Wow, so young. And porphyria. It was very sad. Oh. Sharon, thank you so much for the super chat. Sharon says, didn't one of the cast members quit RHONY? Yes. And I wonder if it will be addressed because she accused them of being anti-Semitic or someone being on the cast of being anti-Semitic. So I wonder if that will play out at all during the season, or because remember it happened early in the season of RHONY Reboot, so they could easily just not include it. So we shall see. We shall see if it will be included at all. I have a feeling that it won't be because you didn't even see it in the trailer. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? All right. So one of the other stories that I wanted to talk about, there's a couple of stories, first of all. Where is my, here we go. Hold on, y'all. Let me just bring this here. Let me bring this here. All right. Kim Zolciak-Biermann and Kory Biermann are having a terrible divorce. Terrible, terrible, terrible divorce. We did a separate video yesterday talking about Kroy's latest court issue, and he is now asking for Kim to get a psychological evaluation, and he's claiming the reason why they're divorced and the reason why they're in a financial disaster is because of her gambling. And you know, we talked about her gambling on her reality show, her now canceled reality show, where we see that. I'm sure you've probably seen the clip by now, where she's buying over $1,000 worth of scratch offs, and homegirl admits in her confessional, well, I lost $250,000 in the Bahamas gambling, and this was a few years ago, and apparently that has not changed. And and right before this story came out yesterday, Kim was accusing Kroy of being a pothead. All right. And she says she's worried for her kid's safety. And she wants him drug tested, and he can't cut his hair. A lot of you are saying that you're team Kroy. Look, but Kroy has stuck beside her this entire time. If you knew that she had all these issues, Aren't you just as bad and to blame? He's been with her for what, 10 years, 11 years? I mean, I believe him though. Look, I believe him though. Yep, it's me says, I'm the problem. It's me, I'm the problem. Says, yikes, it's getting, it's getting very ugly. I mean, there's been all kinds of accusations of open relationship. She's dating this a new big papa or da da da. I don't know. I don't know. It will be interesting. They have very young children though. I have a feeling though that Kory is going to get full custody. Anyone else? I feel like he is going to get full custody. Here, Justin got smoke a joint and talk makeup with Kory. Tam Tam says you can only take so much. Gigi says Kory has always supported her. Look, Marlo says I'm not Team Kory. I didn't forget him bringing a pow pow to the reunion. Oh, people forget about that part. That's in that Housewives book. He stuck beside her too. To a fault. All right. Let me get to some of this other news that I wanted to talk about. Where's my other story? Oh, here it is. All right. So this was another story that played out while I was away, and I hadn't, I meant to do I just was busy while I was in London, so I couldn't do every story that I saw that I wanted to cover, but I did see the story, and I don't cover the royals extensively. I know I was personally invited to the coronation. However, no. I watched a little bit of it on my in my hotel room, but then I had a food tour and then I left. But I did see it while I was on the food tour. I was in a food market and they had it on the big screen. They were playing the coronation. I mean, look, honestly, people's like, who would you would have wanted to meet, while you were in London, like of the royal family? Harry. Look, I don't care about any of those other people. I would have liked to meet Harry, because then I gotta ask him some questions. All right, so there's this story. Hold on, where's my pictures? Where's my pictures? I prepare so much and there's just so much to show. First of all, look at Meghan Markle's mother. So regal, so beautiful. So they were here in New York, and apparently there was a high-speed chase. Look, a high-speed chase. I'm not laughing, because the way that everyone has tried to turn this into that's impossible. Whoopi Goldberg said that's just not going to work here in New York City. Look, depending on what part of New York City, you could still have a high-speed chase. I'm just saying. So our friends over at NBC News write this. Prince Harry and his wife, Meagan, the Duchess of Sussex, took refuge at a New York City police station in the middle of a, quote, chaotic pursuit by photographers, the couple, and law enforcement sources said Wednesday. So not just the couple, law enforcement are confirming this as well. The pair, together with Meghan's mother, were followed by photographers after they left a charity event in Midtown Manhattan on Tuesday night. This is a quote from the spokesperson. This relentless pursuit, lasting over 2 hours, resulted in multiple near collisions involving other drivers on the road, pedestrians, and 2 NYPD officers. Here's the thing, though. It's 2023. Why haven't I seen video footage of this? I see video footage of people that I don't even know in the middle of who knows where. We're in the middle of New York and no one has video footage of this? There's no video footage? All right. So this is what the spokesperson said. They said this relentless pursuit lasting over 2 hours resulted in multiple near collisions involving other drivers on the road, pedestrians, and 2 NYPD officers. The spokesperson added that the, quote, near catastrophic car chase came at the hands of a ring of highly aggressive paparazzi. Law enforcement sources pushed back against any characterization that the incident was near catastrophic, though, but conceded that the couple's ride Tuesday night was a bit chaotic. Julian Phillips, the police department's deputy commissioner of public information, said officers, quoted, assisted the private security team protecting the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. There were numerous photographers that made their transport challenging, Phillips said in a statement. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex arrived at their destination, and there were no reported collisions, summonses, injuries, or arrests in regard. The couple spent Tuesday night in the Upper East Side of Manhattan and didn't want photographers to know where they were staying. Photographers followed the couple for 75 minutes up and down the Franklin. They followed them up and down the FDR. Okay, so Whoopi, did you know that part? It's very possible to follow someone on the FDR. The main thoroughfare of Manhattan's East Side. The traveling party went to the police department's 19th District Station House on East 67th Street between Lexington and 3rd Avenues for about 15 minutes before they got into another car and left without being followed. Here's the thing. Look, you know I cover pop culture news and I like to get the news and things like that, but paparazzi sometimes are just too much. And I get it. This is their livelihood. They make a lot of money from getting these photographs and video footage. But at what point do we draw the line? And now there's been all this debate on, oh, they so want it. Meghan so wants to be like Princess Diana. No, she doesn't. She does not want to die at the hands of paparazzi. Can we stop with that too? But as you know, there's a on both sides. Because you know, there's anytime we do these stories, there's the people that are team Meghan Markle or their team royal family. Be team you. You don't know these people. Sorry. Look, sorry. I'm just happy that whatever happened this night, it didn't turn into an accident where someone was hurt. Because I remember when Princess Diana passed away. I was very young, but I remember that news story. It was everywhere. And I'm sure it's probably, can you imagine how triggering that could be for Prince Harry? Even if it wasn't exactly what happened with Princess Diana, people just constantly following you and you're trying to lose them. And that should be illegal because God forbid someone just randomly following me. I could call the police on them. Why can't we call the police on the paparazzi following them? I don't get it. I don't understand it. All right. Did I cover everything that I wanted to cover? Oh, wait. Sharon, thank you so much for the super chat. Sharon says, where you go? Sharon says, I don't believe they are divorcing. Kim and Kory. I mean, at this point, I kind of do believe that they're divorced. Anyone else? I do. At first, I did not believe because, you know, the news came out that they were divorced. The divorce came out right after the news came out about the $1.1 million tax stuff. But apparently that was the line in the sand for Kory. That was the line in the sand for him. He's like, you've led us into this terrible financial disaster because of your gambling, and you're not stopping. Not stopping. All right. I know you guys have things that you want to say about this. I'm going to give everyone a minute. Look, but if you're a member of the channel, I'm going to drop the call-in link for you first. All right. So members of the channel, I'm going to drop the call-in link for you first on the community tab. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel by liking the video. General audience, I'll drop the call-in link for you. Let's get to 750 likes. Let's get to 750 likes and I'll drop the call-in link for you guys. All right. Let's drop the call-in link for Senior Royals first. And you can talk about anything that you want to talk about, but there is a time limit. So members will get 2 minutes. General audience will get 1 minute. And we do that, guys, so that we can be efficient. And we normally get to all of our callers. But if people keep talking and things run over, I'm going to have to call it a day. I have things to do today, too. All right. Let's drop the call-in link for Royal Court members. And if you enjoy content like this, guys, be sure to like the video And be sure to check out our past Tuesday takeovers where we talk about a variety of reality shows and pop culture news as well. Has anyone, because I know we have a few people that live abroad, has anyone seen Beyonce in concert? And what did you guys think of it? Royal Court members, I've dropped the call link for you. Team Kempire members, I'm dropping the call link for you next as well. All right. Exactly, Frenchie Life. She says, keep it cute too. Keep it cute. Or be put on mute indefinitely. Just saying. All right, let me just check my notes to make sure that I covered everything that I wanted to talk about. Hold on, y'all. All right. Damn, I covered a lot today. Oh, no, there was one story that I wanted to talk about. There was one other story that I wanted to talk about. Because this story broke while we were away as well. Our girl Guerdy, she took to social media. As you know, Real Housewives of Miami is in the middle of filming their current season. And Guerdy took to social media to confirm that she has cancer, breast cancer. And she posted this on her social media. She says, in March, I found out some news about my health. I was in St. Bart's having the time of my life when my doctor called me with the results following a regular mammogram checkup. I have breast cancer. She says it took me a while to process it all, and this is why I took a break from social media last month. As many noticed, many of you reached out to check on me, and I'm thankful for your caring gestures. For now, I am preparing for my upcoming surgery, and then will come my treatment plan. The process is definitely intense, and what I ask of you is empowerment, not pity. I will Guerdify this cancer as I Guerdify everything else in my life. I am lucky that this is breast cancer, that this breast cancer was discovered at an early stage. It is still scary, of course, but I have love and support from those around me, and that alone is the fuel that I need. For those who do not get health checkups regularly, I urge you to. Your life depends on it. Love, Guerdy. So I know that came out a couple of weeks ago, but I did want to send prayers and love to our girl Guerdy. I'm sure she will be talking about this during the season because Guerdy was seen filming a scene, and they said that Guerdy was very emotional and upset. So I'm wondering if this is what she was talking about. Julia, as you know, her partner Martina also was battling cancer during the season. I from what I hear, she's in the clear right now, Martina. We shall see. You also may have heard that Real Housewives of Miami will now be coming on Bravo. The new season will premiere on Bravo, and of course, the episodes will air the next day on Peacock. So we had a lot of news. I think we're fully up to date, right? I'm sure there's probably other stuff that I missed while I was away, but I feel like we are fully up to date in regards to everything that went down while I was away in London, gallivanting and having a good old time. Just saying. Guys, I'm going to drop the call-in link for the general audience, but if you're a member of the channel, I've dropped the call-in link already on the community tab. Those of you that are watching on Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, keep tapping your screens. Be sure to like. Don't forget to like on Facebook as well, and don't forget to like on YouTube as well. All right, let me get to some callers. Did I drop the call link? All right, hold on. There we go. All right, let me get to some callers. Rasani's backstage. We're going to bring her up first, but before we bring Rasani up, let me switch to this. There we go. Let me put up my disclaimer. Hold on. Let me put up my disclaimer. There we go. All right, Rasani, I'm going to bring you up first. What's going on, Rasani?
Hi, Kim.
Hey, how are you?
Mr. Worldwide.
How you doing?
Your roots are in New York, but your branches are spreading.
Oh, here you go.
First, Guerdy, no pity. I'm sad to hear. I'm glad you caught it early.
Yes.
And we'll see you through this. Be brave. You'll get through this. My prayers for you to come through on the other side. Megan and Harry, at first when they first got together, I was like, yay, good. But now I find Megan to be a liar.
Oh, not a liar.
Yeah, a liar. When She's like, oh, when we first got, I didn't know who he was. You know, I'm American, and Americans don't really follow the British royal. Everybody, the world stopped when Princess Diana died. I'm sure to date, her funeral was the most watched funeral ever broadcasted. And you saw those two little boys walking behind the casket. She's older than Harry. She saw it. She knows. She knew who he was. So, you know, it's.
Did she ever say she didn't know who he was? I think
Yes, she did.
I mean, I don't know a chapter and verse, but I feel like she always said that she didn't know about the particulars in regards to the royal family and curtsy and those
No,
things.
no, she said she didn't know about Harry and William. That's what the woman said.
Oh.
I can understand not knowing the particulars. That's all fine and dandy because, you know, it's very intricate when you get in there and yada, yada, yada. Tell me that. You know, it's just like little things that she lies about. You know, it's just like, for example, when they did the Oprah interview and the whole race thing came up because remember we all had a discussion about it and it was all over. And then after when they did the Netflix thing and after that they're like, we didn't say anybody was racist. We didn't say that in the interview, yada yada, but you implied it. Which it's a general question. Everybody would ask that question. I wonder what color he's gonna be. Sorry. Oh, but Prince, Queen Charlotte, King George.
Mhm.
I think they said that it looks like bipolar schizophrenia when I Googled and checked it out.
Yeah.
I think you're going to probably cry at the end of it.
Oh,
it's
damn.
very good, but very sad.
Oof.
But not, you know, I loved it. Good job, Shonda.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Bye.
Rosani. Take care. All right. You know, when we talk about the royals, people really getting their feelings about it. So, replay crew, you can share your thoughts. You know, everyone's opinions are welcome here, even if they're different than myself or the rest of the group. As long as you share them, and look how Rosani shared her thoughts. It's okay. Everyone can share their thoughts. Everyone can believe what they want to believe. All right. All right. I'm gonna bring up Miss Brooklyn Diamond. We have to talk to her in a while. What's going on, Miss Brooklyn Diamond?
Hey, what's going on?
Nothing much.
Been busy, had my own real life to deal with.
I know that's right.
Just on really quick on the Meghan and Harry thing. I think she said she didn't know who Harry was when she met him, which I can understand. I could probably pass Harry and William on the street and not know who that was. Like if you don't follow them, you don't see. I could pass a million stars a day on the street. If I don't watch that show, I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
And as for asking the baby's color, that's rude. I'm sorry. I don't, no matter how you want to put that, being a biracial person, although I identify as an African American, asking me what color my kids are going to be or my grandkids are going to be, if that's what you're concerned with, then you're a racist because nobody is going to sit up here and ask, oh, what color is your baby? Who does that? Queen Charlotte. I know it's a fictional story based on facts.
Yeah.
Because these people did exist and he was the Mad King. It was better than Bridgerton, in my opinion. It was such a good story. And you want to believe that it's true because the love that she had for that man, the love that she showed for him and staying by his side through the craziness, like you don't find it nowadays. People are quick to leave.
Oh.
It is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful story. On the Megan Good and what's his face, Jonathan story.
Mm-hmm.
They might have been dating all along in the quiet and we didn't know about it, so I won't say it's something new. Or they could just be friends and people are making more out of it than what it actually is.
True.
Just because you're seeing these two people together and he's holding her hand or what, we create a contact that might not actually be true. So I'm going to lay back in the cut because everybody jumped on Johnny's case. And I think Disney learned their lesson. Is why they're being real quiet. Everybody jumped on Johnny. Look at what happened. That's a timer. I'm out.
Thanks, Miss Brooklyn Diamond. All right. All right. Miss Sharon's backstage. We're going to bring her up next. Hold on. Miss Sharon, what's going on?
Hey, Kempire, glad you're back.
Thank you.
I hate to tell you, but did you know that your show was canceled?
Which one?
Empire Bling.
Oh, that's not my show.
Oh, you didn't like that?
It was okay. It was not my show, but I did see that the whole Bling Empire situation was canceled.
Yeah, I didn't watch any of it, and I had planned to watch it, but I guess I can go back and watch, the old ones or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they're doing that because there's a writer's strike and a lot of people are going to just be watching old reruns, and we need, these shows that are not scripted. But uh Netflix has been doing a lot of strange things on their channels. They keep these shows that I don't watch, but they take away the good shows.
Mm.
And I just don't understand that. And we're not gonna the movies, they're coming out, but what are we gonna watch in the fall besides Housewives? Because I understand people watch other things besides, Bravo and OWN network. Me personally, we're still gonna get our news, but I'm into sports, so I guess a lot of people are gonna start watching their sports again.
Maybe not me, but maybe.
Oh, Kempire, you should get into sports, honey.
I rely on you for that.
Okay, I'll keep you informed.
Thank you.
Well, sorry for the Laker fans. They're out of the championship.
And who's in it?
I don't watch basketball, so I couldn't really tell you. I explained to you why, Kempire. Anytime you go to work, slap your boss, and you don't get fired, but if I did it, I would get fired. And you still making millions, and I'm still making what, 20 hours, $20 an hour, and I'm losing my $20 an hour job, and you getting paid millions and don't lose yours. That ain't right.
Okay. All right.
I'll
Thank you,
talk
Michelle.
to you later.
Thank you, Michelle. Bye. Ooh, okay. Speaking of canceled shows, it's not official, but Bravo did confirm what would be coming up on their network, and people noticed that Family Karma was not a part of it. And all of us were like, "Oh hell no." Because Family Karma had one of their best season last season, and we talked about it, we recapped it on Tuesday Takeover. Well, maybe it's our fault. Maybe we should have did a separate recap. But no, we've talked about it. We tweeted about it. And it's not completely official, but it seems like probably it's not happening because I saw that Bali had retweeted, if you want Family Karma to come back, let Bravo know. So guys, tag Bravo on social media, on Instagram, on Twitter. Let them know you want Family Karma to come back. I do. I wanted to come back. They had we had a big gay Indian wedding. We had a big Indian wedding at the top of the season. Anyway, they're not paying me, so. All right, Miss Bernice is backstage. We're gonna do members first, guys, and then we're gonna get the general audience. Miss Bernice, what's going on?
Hey, Kempire, how you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
Okay. What I'm doing? Happy, what's today? Tuesday, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get to this right. Only thing I want to talk about, I don't care about Kim and Kory. Whoa. But Kory's more responsible, so he should get the kids and all that great stuff. But other than that, I don't care.
Oh.
What was that? Oh, with Megan and with Prince Harry. Do y'all not realize he's still traumatized from losing his mother? And so if y'all can't get them pictures when they get in and out the car, leave them heck alone. Do not follow them. Do not chase them or anything. Go to the destination. You know where they're going to. Wait there. And once they get out the car, get your pictures and let them go on about their business. Because I don't appreciate everybody coming down on Megan like it's her fault. No, it's the reporter's fault. And they are perfectly justified in trying to sue them. Leave them alone. What else? The Africans. I can't wait till you do that one.
Young, famous, and African.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything, but Damn, I'm having a senior moment. Okay.
It's okay. It's all right. You know, we'll be live again. We'll be live again.
We'll be live again, and then I remember it. Okay, have a good one.
You too, Miss Bernice. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
All right. We're gonna bring up Only Adrian. What's going on, Only Adrian? Oh, wait, Vanessa, hold on. There we go. Only Adrian, what's going on?
Hey, love, can you hear me? I'm sorry, it's loud. I'm outside. Can you hear me?
Yes. What's up?
Okay. So I had to call and tell you on today because this really doesn't have anything to do with anything. But tell me why my husband was on a guy's trip a couple weeks ago in Miami, and him and his friends had went. They was doing a bunch of sports stuff, and they went to the NBA game, to the Miami Heat game, and then they went to this other party on a yacht. And there are all these cameras around. He said they made him sign all these NDAs, but he had no idea what was going on. Tell me why this man walked into a scene of the Real Housewives of Miami. He had no clue where he was. He said that there were a bunch of celebrities there. He got pictures with Michael Jordan's son. He said Larsa Pippen. He was like, that Pippen lady was with him. I said, oh, for real? He said, yeah. He said she looked terrible in the face. She looked like cat lady. He said she like walking plastic surgery. I was like, oh my God. He said, but she was very nice. He said everybody was very, very nice. All the women there. But he couldn't figure out what was going on. He just said there were cameras everywhere and there was all these women and this plastic surgery. He didn't know what it was. He was in the, so if there's a new, I don't know if anybody, I don't even watch that show, but if anybody's watching, there's a scene, there's a yacht party. My husband's in the background. Anyway.
You and Adrian, I think you would enjoy at least last season. I think you would enjoy Real Housewives of Miami.
Okay. Okay, because I asked him, I said, did the paper say truly original or Bravo? He's like, I don't remember. But in terms of Meghan here, I just think it's absolutely far-fetched. People are trying to make it seem like they turned this into some James Bond movie when they're ripping and running up all over Manhattan. That's not what these people said. And the NYPD had already said that the paparazzi was out there a while, and they have ran into 5 or 6 parked cars and it caused a bunch of damage trying to get to them. So I don't understand why people were trying to make this out to be somehow Meghan's fault. And the reason that they were, circling for 2 hours, they were trying to get to a friend's house. They were staying with a friend, and they didn't want the paparazzi to know whose house they were staying at.
Yeah.
Like if I go out to your place, okay, I'm in Brooklyn, you're in Staten Island. If I go to Staten Island and something pop up, I'm staying with you. If I don't do nothing else, I just got to get back to your house because that's who I'm staying with. So I don't think it's too, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think it's too far-fetched that they would be trying to elude the paparazzi as they're trying to get. It seemed like they were staying over another celebrity's house. But and then the Bridgerton thing, just lastly, real quick, one thing you'll realize when you watch it, it is a tearjerker and it's beautifully written. But I didn't realize that that's who was king and queen when America got founded. If you listen, sometimes they reference the colonies. They're talking about the 13 colonies. And when you look back in time, so when they were talking about the American Revolution, no taxation without representation, that was the king that they were talking about. And he was half crazy. I think he was bipolar, is what it was, because he would have manic episodes. Yeah. But watch it; it's good.
All right.
Yep. All right, love. Talk to you later.
Thanks, Adrian. Take care. All right. Okay, let me get back into order. Okay, Rashima's backstage. So we're going to our general audience. All right. Oh, wait, no, Dr. Payne's a member. Hold on. Let me bring up Dr. Payne first. So Dr. Payne, members get priority. What's going on, Dr. Payne?
Hi, everybody. I'm so sorry I was late, so I'm definitely going to be team replay today. I was just so happy to see you this morning in my kitchen at 4 a.m. when I'm watching Young, Rich, and African. I was like, oh, Kempire. I was like an auntie. I'm so happy to see you. I'm sorry, I still love Prince Harry and Meghan. I know people hate her. I don't know nothing about this lady to not like her. And I like what I see of Prince Harry ever since he was playing soccer and kissing babies in Africa. He's been the guy for me. That's all. Kory and Kim, I used to think it was fake. So I feel bad because it's not fake. It's real. And I'm sorry for the dissolution of their marriage, even though, ever since he brought the gun to the Atlanta set, I've been through with him. So I feel bad for their children of the dissolution of their marriage. But I enjoy your show. I love your recaps. Your mods are the best. And I will be team replay and catch up on everything else.
Thank you, Dr. Payne.
All right, you guys have a good day.
You too. Bye. All right. And she did that in under a minute. All right, general audience, you're going to get a minute to share your thoughts on any of what we've covered so far. If you're just joining us, guys, this is our Tuesday takeover where we cover a variety of hot topics, reality TV news. If you're part of the replay crew, like Dr. Payne, let us know your thoughts. Let us know where you're watching from. Any of the subject, but be respectful of each other's opinions. We don't play that here. Please and thank you to our King's Guards, aka our moderators that are in the chat. Candace, thank you so much for another super chat. Candace says, ladies, please get your mammograms. Prayers for Guerdy. Definitely, guys. Let this be a reminder for those that have been meaning to make that appointment, if it's for your mammogram or if it's just for your physical for the year, or just you've been feeling something, you want to go to the doctor. Let this be your reminder. Go make that appointment right now. Right now. We'll wait. Go do it. All right. Thank you so much for the super chat. All right, let's get back to the callers. Rashima, I'm going to bring you up first. Hold on. What's going on, Rashima?
Hi, Kempire. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing well. I wanted to say from you, I think the last year called Milo.
Wait,
is
Rashima,
the man.
before you continue, you're breaking up for me.
Can you hear me better?
Better. Let's start the time again. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to say that Milo is the man. I'm with you on that. They didn't show enough of him on that last scene. Also, I want to touch bases a little bit on the Megan and Harry. I believe absolutely everything he said. I don't think they have a reason to lie. These people are just trying to live their life just like everybody else, and people just need to stand back and let them do it. He came to America for a reason, so we need to, just let them be. And also, I'd like to say also about Queen Charlotte, you are going to love the ending. I know it's sad, but it's a sort of a love story. So at the end of the day, it's just a big love story. That's all I got to say.
Thank you, Rashima, for calling in. Have a great day. All right. Let me restart the timer. All right. Hold on. Hold on. There we go. Kory, I'm going to bring you up next. What's going on, Kory?
What's up, you guys? So I just wanted to say, Kate not being able to stop her husband's mistress from coming to the coronation, that's gossip and fodder for tea time. Meghan and Harry being chased by Pops in the same manner that his mother passed away in is not really something y'all need to be picking apart in y'all parasocial war, because y'all have no real lives outside of social media. All right? It's not something that y'all need to be going back. Oh, she said this. She's like, no. Y'all need to understand whether or not it was horrible or whether or not it was medium. It is still something that does not need to happen. Them paparazzis, like someone else said, should not have done that. And that is what we need to address. We don't need to address y'all being lifeless. All right, we understand. There was not a lot of hugs given at home. We get it, but leave them people alone, because this is real life. This is their real life and their real health being put in danger. And then I wanted to say, there was something else that I had on my mind about somebody else, but dang, I can't remember. Oh, Amir from
Oh, damn. What were you going to say? Finish it.
Dang it. But let me say, listen, I know y'all like people that look good. I know y'all like people that are fit, but y'all need to pay attention to the words that come out of people's mouths, so y'all can truly judge their character. I love y'all. I love y'all truly and dearly, but from the depths of my soul, I was starting to wonder what some of y'all dating lives was looking like when y'all was talking about Amir in that review. Because seriously, the way that he had absolutely no problem saying, oh, I saw Shanice's boobs last night. Why is this conversation? The other man that saw her boobs didn't bring it up. So why is this something that you're bringing up in this van full of men so you guys can talk about her body? And then for you to sit there and let these two women fight over something that you started. Oh, but you were bullied, right? You were a victim, right? So you got a voice now, right? So you don't want problems to be started because of you, right? Oh, okay. Okay, y'all. I'm just saying.
Okay. All right, Kory. Thank you for calling in.
Listen with your ears. Listen with your ears, y'all. Love y'all. Truly.
Bye. All right. I feel attacked. No, I don't. I'm being facetious. Calm down, y'all. All right, guys. Don't forget to like the video. We have over 1,000 people, almost 1,100 people watching our Tuesday takeover, where we talk about a variety of reality TV news, and pop culture news as well. Let's get to 800 likes. We're almost there. We're going to get into these last couple of calls. I really got to go after this, though. So let me bring up Ariel next. What's going on, Ariel?
Hi, Kempire. Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Okay. So I've been watching you, and I've been watching you from the bushes, as you like to say. So I decided to call in today. But for Bridgerton, what I would also like to point out is you should pay attention to how Queen Charlotte dresses in comparison to the other ladies, and the purpose that serves. Because the king is a little bit mad, she tries to stay in a mode where he won't get confused by, and it just adds to like the beauty of the situation.
Wow.
Yeah, once you kind of have that understanding. And then as far as Kim and Kroy go, I do want to just make note that I do think that Kim and Kroy went in this as like business partners and they did grow a family. However, I think they thought that Don't Be Tardy for the Party would last it longer than what it did, or that maybe he would have some endorsements or something come through and that fell apart. But I don't think they saw it in the long run. So even though they were, and I think they were living in the moment rather than thinking about the long haul. But yeah, those are just some of my thoughts. But do pay attention in Bridgerton. Beautiful. I think you're going to tear when you watch.
I'm already tearing. Ariel, thank you so much for calling in.
No, thank you. Have a good one.
Bye. All right. We're going to bring up Vanessa next. Hold on. What's going on, Vanessa?
Hello, Kempire. I love your show.
Thank you.
So, in regards to Jonathan Majors and Meagan Good, real quick, I lived in the New York City area for many years, and so I've heard a lot about Mr. Majors, okay, and being behind the scenes. So I think what he's getting is karma. I don't really think he might not be to blame for all that stuff they're accusing him of, but he has a lot of enemies, so oh well. Anyway, but regards to Meghan and Harry, I feel like that's a product when people's hate of Meghan, it's definitely a product of like systematic racism and misogyny, like ingrained within all of us that we don't see. Because at the end of the day, you cannot put yourself as a regular person into the royal family, period. You have to be, she was chosen by him. He loves her. And as an act of bravery, based on whatever he's seen that we haven't seen, that these people have done, he has chosen to protect her by bringing her here. And I think like we're not used to that level of infamy in America. We're not, we don't see that. We don't see people being chased and vilified the way they are, no matter what. That's what I think. I think we have to have compassion with them.
Vanessa, thank you for the tea too. Take care.
Have a good one.
You too. I did do a separate story where some of the people that have crossed Jonathan Majors' path did speak out. So be sure to check out that video if you missed it, where I talked about that. So she's just confirming what a lot of New Yorkers that have worked with him, have associated with him, have alleged. All right, Amy is going to Ebony. I see you're trying to connect, but it says device is not connected. So I don't know if it's something happening with the technology. If anything, maybe next time we'll be able to bring you up. Amy, I'm going to bring you up. What's going on, Amy?
Hey everybody. I don't want to be the fly in the buttermilk, but it's not that I don't believe, I don't really, the Meghan and Harry, I think they came here and they had an assumption that we were going to treat them like how people treat the royals overseas. I just don't get it. I'll be honest with you, maybe paparazzi were chasing them, but it's New York. It's tons of famous people. Why would we be why? I'm just being honest. I'm not chasing Meghan and Harry. She was a D-list actress when she was here. I have to be honest. It is the truth. So I kind of call bull. I want to call her Megan Smollett at this point.
Shut up.
It's the truth. I think they kind of exaggerate things to get into the news cycle because they didn't get what they wanted when they came here. We love the royals, but we love them over there. We already have our royals. We have Jay-Z and Beyonce, Barack Obama and Michelle. So it's nothing to be like saying misogyny or misogynoir. I just don't think it happened the way they're saying it happened. Maybe someone said, "Oh my God, it's Megan," and she went. I just don't believe it. I call bull jive. That's what it is. I'm sorry.
All right. No, you have a right to your opinion. Y'all. You too. You have a right to your opinion, Amy. Damn. So that was part of the reason, for those that are just joining us, when I told you my story that I ran into Taraji P. Henson when I was going to Pilates. So one of the reasons why I didn't go up to her and say, "Hey, girl," because you remember she defended Jussie Smollett, and I've covered a lot of the Jussie Smollett situation. I said, let me not say, because I talked about her in that one. Anyways, Ebony, I'm going to bring you up. I see you're connected. Hold on. What's going on, Ebony? You're muted, Ebony. Ebony. You're muted. All right, Ebony, maybe you weren't trying to connect. I don't know. Or maybe something's going on. I don't know. Cherie said, hold on. Cherie says, I never hear anyone say Harry's a liar. That part. look, that part. All right. Okay. Let me just say thank you to everyone that sent in a super chat with love, Lex. Thank you for the super chat with love. Lex says, hashtag random. Who knew Don Juan was married to a woman? That's not true. Look, that's not true. I think he was playing with you guys. That's not true. Don Juan's not married to a woman. Allie, thank you so much for the super chat. Hold on. Allie says, chat, please be respectful of others' opinions. If you disagree, take a breath, please. Thanks, the King's Guards. Thank you, Mama Allie. Appreciate you. And you didn't have to send a super chat because people should know that already. Thank you for the super chat. And our timestamps will be added later today for the replay crew. So you guys can go and whatever specific topic that you want us to cover. But I think it's worth listening to the entire show. I think it's definitely worth listening to the entire show. As always, guys, don't forget, we do have our sponsor here, Rose Forever. Get yourself some roses at roseforever.com. Our discount code is Kempire25 for $25 off of your order. So be sure to go get that. Let's get out of here. Thank you all for being here. I am all talked out. I will see you all in the next video. I hope everyone's doing well. Shout out to all of the good news that we had to celebrate in this episode and all of the mixed news. It wasn't a lot of bad news, but you know what it is. It is what it is. We will be back next week for some more Tuesday Takeover, 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way, Tell All, final part of the reunion. And of course, we will be talking about, hopefully, Love in Paradise, 90 Day Fiancé. And hopefully tonight, I'll be able to catch up and rewatch the first 3 or 4 episodes of Young, Famous, and African, and we will do our recap tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. I will see you guys then. Thank you all for being here. Thank you to our King's Guards. Thank you to the members of our channel. And thank you to our subscribers. And thank you to those that watch in the bushes. We see you. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here.